Hey, bro, this here's Dan from Buy Forever, and we'll be talking about a strategy video. We'll be talking about a queen walk into a PEKKA walk into a vape bow, but we've all been calling it the PEKKA smash. I didn't invent this. We had a potluck war against Poetic Darkness, and they used this to great effect, but it was prior to the healer nerf, but we're going to use healers for this attack anyway. I'm going to show you why. There are a couple things that are interesting about Tunnel 9, the state of the game it is right now, where a lot of clans have to do dips in order to clean up the 9s. The 9s absolutely have to be cleaned in any sort of competitive war clan. We're going to use this guy. He's a fatty. He does pretty decent tanking. He does chop walls somewhat effectively, but he's really not good as a unit as a whole. He could use some buffs. But if he did, we'd probably see more go wipe kind of attacks. And I don't know. We're still going to use him. And I'm going to show you why we're going to use him in just a minute. We're going to use Valks because Valks since the buff, really good units. And we're going to use healers because even after the nerf, I'm going to show you why they're good. If I go over here to my spell tab, damage increase, speed increase, yeah. What's going to happen is we're going to put bowlers in our CC, and with that rage spell is going to make those healers top everything in front of them. The healers are going to quick swap a lot of targets, and they're going to top everything in front of them because of rage. On top of that, our bowlers are just going to go crazy mode, just ham on all the air defenses that could shoot our healers. And even though we only have 5 bowlers, we're going to pretty much just sweep the base using this. The speed increase and the damage increase means we're going to open max walls. Yeah, these big boy walls here, we're going to just annihilate them as if they were like pink walls. It's going to be funny. Now I got 2 wars to show you here. None of them are wins. We had a loss against One Hive and War Bears, which is a feeder clan. They had a bit of an advantage on us. This here was our arranged war. But I'm going to show you this attack here on Dingus, and I'm going to show you the mechanics. What we've been looking for here is queen walkable sides. You can queen walk this. What we're going to do is have the attack meet up both walks. They're going to meet up and just crush this base. Now, originally this was a cleanup. I was on cleanup duty for this war, and I cleaned every single base using this attack. So I also did friendly challenges prior to this, just trying to kind of study the attack that I got from Poetic Darkness, and essentially I 3-starred consistently every single base that was presented to me in a friendly challenge, because the attack is really simple to execute, guys. You're going to be looking at these air defenses. Now it's really hard to start at a point in the base and carry along a wall with air defenses set up like this or this, but you could always meet up in the middle and then engage the base after a funnel has been done. And that's all you're looking for in this attack, is like, can I get a nice funnel looking happening here? If that's the case, you can take the boulder disadvantage, which is they like to stray, they like to wander. Same thing with Valks. If you can just keep them in the center of the base and keep them raged, keep them power and everything down, you're going to beat this attack. What we're going to be looking for here is a queen walk. Now this attack's pretty flexible. I dropped a couple units out of the main force, and I kind of used one hog here to pull that CC. I really don't like having baby dragons in the CC engage Valks, Pekkas, the BK, and bowlers. None of them attack the baby dragon, so I like to use this where I just do a quick little CC grab. If I can do that, I'm absolutely going to do that. Now the reason why I start my queen walk from this side is because I want to be able to shoot. If I can shoot an air defense out with my queen, I'm probably going to do that. So here's what I do is I just shoot this nice little air defense out. We're not going to bring any wall breakers. We're not going to rely on crappy AI guys to get the attack done. We're going to absolutely control this attack from the get-go. The way how we're going to do this is we're going to use baby dragons on the left and on the right. If I can use lesser units, I will, but typically on most bases that are anti-3, you're going to have archer towers that prevent certain funnels from happening, which could screw you on the funnel. And if you can't funnel, you can't do this attack. But with baby dragons, the way how they are in the game, it's hilarious. You can pretty much always get your funnel happening. And since this attack really doesn't take a lot of units to get done, because everything's going to be rage and just go insane, what we're going to be happening here is, look at this, that air defense. Oh, it's going to shoot these healers, right? No, watch this. Between the queen and the boulders, no air defenses survive, so your healers just run the base. This was even more effective back prior to the air defense change, but look at this, guys. The queen She knows she hops that compartment. Just throw a little poison her way, and just bring down the rage. Between the Valks, the P.E.K.K.A, the BK, and the bowlers, everything hero-wise is just going to get annihilated. Skeleton traps, annihilated. Double giant bombs, not a big threat. You're going to have healers constantly swapping under rage, and your fourth spell it's going to be your flex spell. You can do whatever you want with it, but I've been playing around with using heals post nerf. I kind of like it at the end of the attack, especially when you throw down a BK. He uses ability, you throw in a rage. It just keeps all the little barbarians up, and they build off the barbarian rage. And it just makes a really effective spell, especially if you got P.E.K.K.A s in the middle. Helps them top off. 2 loons in the bag at all these attacks. The reason why is because if there's any troll Teslas, you can knock them out. Or if you have like a cannon, a mortar, wizard tower, archer tower, all there is at the end. Well, you just wait for the archer tower to lock on really anything. You throw in the 2 loons, the loons clean up every remaining defense. What makes this attack really effective, guys, is usually both P.E.K.K.A survive toward the end of the raid. The BK survives. Usually you don't even use the hero abilities because everything's just going insane while you're raging through the base. So usually you end up finishing the attack with 2 P.E.K.K.As, both hero abilities. You probably got a swag spell, and you may not even need your loons. Maybe just drop them down for cleanup, whatever. Let me show you some other guys started using this in this war against war bears. Let's look at this one. Cirrus was using the standard approach to this attack. This here is the generic army comp unmodified. What he's going to do here is baby dragon the left, queen walk up, and then when he queen walks up, he'll be able to pick up the CC, picks up the queen, picks up air defense. Super high value. If you can get that happening, this attack will work. I'd say 98% of the time it's going to work. Like, this attack will probably work almost every single time. I really can't think of a situation where it's not going to work. If you just have the fundamentals down, all you're doing here is, look at this. The queen walk into, look at that. Queen's not taking any damage. You don't even need to do anything with him. So as long as you got that, I like to use in the level 3 poison, then use the level 4 poison on the CC. We're going to late deploy our healers because of the way how this air defense is. So look at this. The healers kind of hang back. Oh, look at that. So they don't even get dragged in the air defense. The queen shoots out the other air defense, and because of the breadcrumb buildings here and the nice wide funnel, our units have nowhere to go but advance on up. Now we do pull a nice golem out of the CC, but look at this, guys. The golem shatter does a ton of damage to Valks. They go back to full health. What makes this attack so freaking effective is the way how the bowlers clear defense is so fast, and the way how the healers continuously swap and top everything off, because once a unit's topped and the bowlers annihilate that defense that's no longer targeting that unit, they start doing this quick change thing. And when that happens, they don't hang out in a single unit, and they end up topping everything off. So you don't even need them to hang out on a typical unit. And everything that makes this attack really powerful is sometimes you end up with stuff like this, where you end up on the top side of the base. Really, there's nothing going on up here, and you just end up like, well, I got my 2 loons and still a rage left. You know, what do I do at this point? Well, technically, you still have a queen walk happening. You have all these units that are going to get topped off, so you end the raid not with attrition, but usually with full health. Usually, you got both your hero abilities. I think he burns BK ability a little bit early there. I don't think he needed to at that point, but he's just trying to get the attack done. He thought his queen was going to step up and shoot that air defense, so he raged her, but she was a little bit too far back. Honestly, though, if he would have put the rage down where the P.E.K.K.A is, that P.E.K.K.A would have, chopped that wall. They all would have got in there. They all would have screwed it all up. Another thing he could have been doing as an attack improvement is, once this expo locked, he could have floated the 2 loons direct in that archer tower, and they would have took heat from that wizard, but they pretty much would have got the job done. Oh, well, sorry, a couple red air mines blew it all up. Sometimes that happens. But, we're ending this attack. It only takes them a matter of seconds to get on through, get that 3-star. That's pretty much the standard comp. It's really effective. This is what I would practice for and then modify from there. So this here is the going rate, guys. Modify from that point. That 4th spell, though, it's really a flex spell. Here I used one where my flex spell is the heal, and I bring the 6 Valks this time, and I got my my 2, and instead of using 2 wizards, I bring 4 minions. And the reason why I'm going to use minions is because the top doesn't have archer towers that really peak. Look at this expo down. I'm going to kind of minion and baby dragon off all this. So that's going to be the top side exterior funnel, which makes all these units stay interior. And it's just going to be hilarious. So I have the queen. She's going to take out that. With the double poison action and the 1 rage, that's all it's going to cost me. I'm going to knock out both heroes, a set of defenses, knock out the queen and the CC. Look at the stupid value. People say you shouldn't use Valks or you shouldn't use Walks anymore. That's crazy, guys. You should absolutely use this attack at Town Hall 9. I understand a lot of clans are having dips, and that's kind of my intent here, is just to show how you can just P.E.K.K.A smash these bases. Look at this. Bowlers under rage. They just mowing everything down. I'm using the baby dragon there to funnel. Same concepts, guys. The queen, look at this. They keep swapping to the queen because she takes damage. So I got like an internal queen walk in the raid with 1 or 2 P.E.K.K.As outside. BK still having his ability. I got 2 loons. I would have deployed them, but I had the air defense there. Just whatever. I mean, stupidly effective, man. I got Matt. I was on first attack this war. That was one of my first attacks. So that was a fresh hit. And I almost fresh hit this base. I ran out of time by, I think, 5 seconds. I just needed 5 seconds. So I didn't speed it up. What happens is I didn't rage my queen against the CC. I wasn't expecting a lava hound. So it just took a lot of time. Took that time I needed to make this attack work. And what's funny is I cleaned the base so hard that I ended pretty much with a rage that it was so late in the attack. I was like, oh no, what do I do with it? You know, I could have used it earlier, and I would have 3-starred the base. But Matt, he brings the 4th spell not as a heal, but as a jump, and you're gonna see why a jump you need to consider it. It helps them funnel throughout the base. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna keep the P.E.K.K.As in motion. Look at this, guys. He actually tried to use his loons, double set of loons there to at least to clear a couple defenses because he didn't want those Teslas hitting his P.E.K.K.As. But the reason why we're going to use P.E.K.K.As here is they chop those max walls really effectively. Helps us keep our Valks and bowlers on course. Also, having a really fat but high damage unit is really good because look at this. Look how the jump works, man. So they literally will go through the base with the queen, the bowlers emptying compartments nearby. So the funnels in throughout the middle of this base. It's hilarious, guys. Ridiculously effective. He just ends up absolutely crushing the base. He starts putting down a couple loons here and there on the backside to knock out the exterior cannons. But the bowlers are tanky. The reason why bowlers are crazy is they walk across giant bombs. They don't care. The healers keep topping them. Rage in this game is completely broken. That's why in Clash Royale it's garbage. They've completely nerfed it in the ground. For, if you had to make a comparison to Clash Royale, it doesn't do 170%. Yeah, that's right. It's almost 3 times the damage with a move speed. So it's completely stupid. And then the way how healers work is, well, they also do completely stupid healing. That's it, guys. You're gonna 3-star reliably. You need to check out this attack. What to look for is just, can I start a queen walk on this side, and then like the P.E.K.K.A walk? Well, that's pretty easy because they're a bunch of fatties anyway. And then use 2 of them. That way healers like to stick to units in groups of 2. You can deploy it late. They have 3,500 hit points, so you can kind of deploy them late and expect them to be topped off. Now, that would be, whatever you P.E.K.K.A walk, it would be a compartment with still buildings behind a wall, which could pull your bowlers. You need to consider that. What you need to do is go home, build this army comp, start practicing it, because it is hilariously effective, even on fresh hits. Town Hall 9. You will 3-star. Reliably. Alright, guys, this is Dan. Check it out. Try this attack. I did have a 12-star war in 1 hive, against 1 hive with this, and I almost fresh 6 out of this war. That's it, guys. It's Dan. Bye forever.